Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody from Kuala Lumpur.
Today we are checking out downtown Kuala Lumpur, and we're starting here at the KL Tower. But first, we've got to get here. Month 1, Moses and Yami would have probably walked this, but we've learned, and today's going to be a very long walking day once again, so we're treating ourselves to a grab. And if you're curious, yesterday we did 19 flights of stairs.
Way more than I've done in a long time.
And we're feeling it.
Yeah.
We just got dropped off in the heart of downtown, and we are surrounded by tall buildings now. These big street crossings here are super easy because everyone stops at the reds. We can already start to see the KL Tower from here.
So when I was researching Kuala Lumpur, there was a recommendation to visit the art murals, and without trying, we came across one. These are really cool. It even goes from the wall and then it comes down to the sidewalk.
And along the sidewalk, it feels like we're walking through a jungle, and it is really fresh here with all these plants, all the shade, and just all the retained moisture. This path also takes us along a big soccer field. I think it's for a school nearby. The weather is actually super pleasant today. It's a really nice temperature, but it is crazy humid, so as usual, we're sweating.
I know. And then, I think we have mentioned this before, but the city has a lot of inclines. And we're still recovering from our long day from yesterday.
Yeah, here's one incline. Now we have a better view of the KL Tower. I'm gonna take a bet and say that this isn't it, because that looks more like a school with a giant soccer field. I think we're supposed to be inside of this. Just gotta figure out how to get inside of there. Google has misguided us. Now we gotta keep walking. It's a little sketchy walking on these. And that looks more like an entrance to me. So we found the entrance to the Eco Park, but it is about $10 each. I thought that we had to go through here to get to the big tower, because at least that's what it looks like on Google, but it looks like by walking even more, we can get to the tower.
20-minute walk. What the hell?
So if you look at Google Maps, it shows that the Menara Kuala Lumpur is inside of this Eco Park area, but it turns out you have to walk all the way around the Eco Park and then along this road to get to the Menara. So I guess we better get to walking. And we're getting closer. I think this is the car path. It seems like a really long roundabout way of getting up there. There's a sign here, so that's promising. Before we head up, here's a couple of stats for the KL Tower. So it looks like there is a better pedestrian route if you walk a little bit further up the road, but then you get to do a whole bunch of stairs, our favorite. Well, we hike up another incline, get to look at this pretty mural. And also the tower is right there.
I don't even think I've ever struggled this much to actually get to a tower. So many windy roads, a lot of walking.
Lots of incline.
Feels like I'm training for a marathon here.
And it's good to know we're not the only ones crazy enough to walk. There's these two other crazy folks back there.
Ooh, yeah.
And then we've reached more stairs. And after that, I present to you the parking lot and the KL Tower. These two poor souls also thought the Eco Park was connected to the tower, and we had to break the news to them that it's about a 15-20 minute walk away from here.
Yeah. Well, we're not alone on this journey.
There's also the Kuala Lumpur Upside Down House here, and that is indeed an upside down house. They even left their slippers outside. A little bit of behind the scenes. We're trying to...
Gotta look like I didn't just walk 2 miles.
We're trying to make our intros more interesting going forwards, so that's the cost of getting to a great viewpoint. I'm already all sweaty in the first few seconds of the video. Oh,
my legs
stuff.
dodging.
Yeah. Pro tip from novice travelers, we filmed our intro and took some pictures down here because as soon as you climb up the stairs, there's a whole bunch of other people that you're going to get in your shot of the KL Tower. So much for trying to save some walking because we've walked about 40 minutes now.
It's giving Moses and Yami in their first month.
After you've made the climb, you might as well enjoy this view of the skyline here. And that's a different view of the building out of our window. We have to give a huge shout out to Tony and Trang for putting us onto Klook, which lets you buy discounted tickets to attractions just like this one. So if you buy your tickets here at the ticket counter at one of the kiosks, it's about $15 each, but on Klook it is $8 each. So significantly cheaper, but either way you still have to reserve a time slot to actually go up the tower, and the soonest available one is a few days away, so poor planning on our part, but what's new? Now this is the way to get around town. It's about a 30-minute walk to our next destination, so...
Wasn't even considered.
This time we got dropped off right in front of the Petronas Tower.
And it so happens to be that these twin towers are the tallest twin towers in the world. Malaysia has some incredible and very tall buildings.
And touch. Here's what the entrance to Tower 1 looks like. They have this neat art installation here. And apparently right next to it are two other twin towers I had no idea about. Those have a lot of green on the outside. So here in front of the two buildings, you can get a view of both towers together. These towers just look spectacular. We can see them at night, sometimes pulling into our apartment, and they're super, super bright. From the base of the tower, if you walk this way along this fountain, I think it's a fountain, there's an area here where you can take a bunch of pictures with a really good view of the towers. And there's also a lot of people here with like tripods and selfie sticks and stuff that'll take pictures for you. Looks like their work is pretty cool, but I think you can achieve the same thing on your own without having to pay anyone. So it looks like most of these people that are offering to take pictures for you are just using this panoramic camera trick. So check this out. If you put your pano, put your subject right there. There's my lovely model. So 3, 2, 1, stand still. And then you start the panoramic picture from the bottom. Oh, you gotta do a better job of aligning it. And then just slowly work your way up the tower. And then once you get to the top, you stop the panoramic. And then when you check out your camera, you've got a cool shot like that with the whole tower and the person in view. Well, there's actually a lot of people offering to take pictures of you. They're not too pushy about it, which is nice. However, often when you say no, they'll start blocking your shot or like trying to get you to move while you're taking your pictures. So my advice, don't listen to them, just take your pictures because they don't own the street. This is a public sidewalk. Up next, we're gonna make our way over to the KLCC Park, but it looks like that you can get to there through this mall that is attached to the Petronas Towers. So we're gonna get a little bit of air conditioning in the process. And after standing directly under the sun, this feels crispy in here. Feels really nice. And then heading out of the mall, you reach the KLCC Park. And it starts off with this big lake right here. On the other side of the lake, you get a pretty sweet view of the Petronas Towers too. The only downside is the afternoon, the sun is behind them, so it kind of darkens them in photos.
It is about 4 p.m. and we haven't eaten all day. We're getting a little hungry. So luckily, one of our subscribers, George, recommended that we go to a Japanese market where they have Japanese food. And it happens to be inside of the KLCC mall.
Pretty convenient. So let's go check it out. And I guess that's it, but it looks like a makeup store. That looks more like it. Apparently they have a grocery store on a different floor. They have a build your own salad bar, a couple of cooked foods, some cold cooked foods, a whole bunch of plates, and sushi. We're gonna grab some of this mango preparado. Kind of looks like the one that we had in Vietnam. And then they also have pineapples here. They also sell a bunch of individual sushis and you can build your own plate. Lots and lots and lots of prepared foods. for our late lunch, we decided that we're going to eat here at the grocery store at the little restaurant that they have. But we're going to start.
Mango smoothie. It's like the lid had water. That's good. That's a good mango.
And here's what we ordered. Yami got some udon noodles, I got some fried rice, and we have no idea what this is.
We're using the basket as a tripod. Let's give our foods a taste. Japanese food.
Our first Japanese food of this trip. Fried rice, garlic fried rice. Ooh, that is super savory. Literally all it's missing is spicy.
So, I was told that udon has a fish soup, and I don't like fish alone, except for the fact that I like fish sauce. Okay, so anyways, what am I saying? It's fish soup. And udon noodles I really like because they're like nice and thick. It's really good. I like it. And the total of these two was 32 ringgit. Which is about how much we're usually paying for food anyways.
And I also just noticed that this rice is short grain rice, and I've never had short grain fried rice before. It has a really interesting texture compared to long grain.
Oh, this is really good.
Pretty much every detail of this fried rice is amazing. Like the garlic tastes perfect, it has the perfect texture, the egg is perfectly cooked and crispy, and the rice tastes so good. It's so well seasoned and it has an amazing texture. For dinner, I am picking up some fried noodles, and Yami picked up some Wagyu beef and rice.
Yep. And the cost of this is $5.50. You guys, I don't think I could get any like Wagyu cheaper than that.
They have a whole bakery of stuff that looks so good. But we are picking up one of these. We see these a lot on Japanese street food videos, so we want to try one. And here's everything that we're getting from the bakery. So we got our dessert and then two savory things.
This grocery store is gonna take all of my money.
And we're not mad about it.
Yeah.
So thank you for the recommendation, George. We really like this place.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite supermarkets now here in Kuala Lumpur.
All the snacks and foods and drinks that we got were 33 ringgit, and then the bakery was 26 ringgit.
So we also had lunch, right? So in total, it's $18. Yeah. What?
Not bad at all. But I think we've had just about enough fun for the day, and our legs are telling us it's time to finish.
Oh, gee, I'm noticing that like people are walking around with their like luxury bags, you know, like the ones that they just purchased. They're out here walking with our grocery bags.
Well, somehow today we managed to do 11 flights of stairs and over 10,000 steps.
I wonder why.
Yeah, and we're feeling it for sure. But we had a lot of fun nonetheless, and we got to see some really cool buildings here in Kuala Lumpur, some historic buildings too.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up today, queremos mandar un saludo a nuestra tía Kathy, que está en Albuquerque.
Saludos, tía Kathy, desde Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
And we'll see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.